That's why I think you're going to do well in any endeavor. Like, it doesn't matter if it's tea, it doesn't matter if it's, it doesn't matter if there's sneakers or if it doesn't matter if there's socks. If you believe in it and if you show people that energy and it manifests, unbelievable things happen. When I get on the phone with a prospective client, I could be selling, manure. I'm serious. I could be literally selling manure, but they sense my energy and they sense how much I'm into it, and they're like, "Dude, I'm in. I don't even know what the hell you're selling, but I'm in," because it's not manufactured. It's not artificial, because I believe in it. It's my thing. It's real. And when it's your thing, you'll believe in it. When it's your thing, you always believe in it more. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
How's this going to compete with the big boys like Gatorade, Monster?
Like
okay.
All those other ones.
But I mean, don't people drink like Honest tea or what's the other one called?
Not energy.
That's not energy. What about like vitamin water and stuff? I mean, there's competition for this, right?
I think it's its own special market.
Interesting. How many people are in this endeavor?
It's 3 of my buddies from high school and me. I'm actually 30.
Uh-huh. So, you're actually 30? Yeah, you mean 30 years old? Yeah. Oh, you old fogey, you. Dude, 30 is nothing. 30 is nothing. People think 30 is a big deal. It's totally nothing. You have, oh my God, this is your bread and butter. This is your wheelhouse. So, where's the manufacturing? How are you manufacturing this? Or is this somebody else's idea?
We came up with the concept. We brewed our own tea. We added our own proprietary blend.
Okay.
We haven't really patented it or trademarked or protected it in any way.
Okay.
Probably need some insight on that. But yeah, we've done it ourselves. We tested it.
Well, if you trademark it and if it's a proprietary blend, you should get
but the blend we haven't trademarked, just like the logo.
No, the logo, but I'm saying on the blend, you should get some kind of a utility or proprietary, something kind of patent, right? Okay. I'm not sure what the name of the patents are, but I know there's a way to protect yourself. Okay. And definitely do that. But so let me just get this straight. How many people are in the business, or how many people are starting it?
Total.
Okay, 4 total. And what's your role? What's your position, or what's your kind of? Are you CEO? Are you just an operator? Is there somebody who does finance, somebody who does marketing, somebody who does operations, or how's that work?
One of my buddies, he does video editing. He works for Hyundai, and he does all the.
Oh, cool.
Editing,
okay.
So he has all that experience in that field.
Okay.
Another one of my buddies, he does more of the research and what's beneficial, what people actually need, mineral wise, to have their body working optimally.
Well, how's he researching? Here's another thing too, and I know this from experience. When you claim stuff that's healthy and claim benefits, you absolutely have to have the science to back it up. You have to provide that evidence. If you don't provide that evidence, it's going to not only be a huge legality issue. That's why I usually steer clear. I just got off on the phone, not literally a half an hour ago, with a prospective client, to help him with his branding and his company. And he wants to do something in the medical field. And I always get nervous when it's something because it's risky, because anytime you're trying to make a claim that this is going to do this, or this is going to help this, and this is going to solve this, and if it's something medically related or health related, you can get into a lot of trouble. So you want to make sure that, but it looks to me, it looks like
basic stuff.
It doesn't look like it's too complicated.
Yeah. Help absorb.
Like vitamin C, vitamin B7 and 12. Those are obvious health benefits, and
but it's all
but it's a specific. There's got to be something specific about this blend that prevents me from putting emergency in my water, which is the same thing basically. I know this is tea, so it's energy. But isn't that what emergency is? It's all minerals or vitamins. What's the difference between vitamins and minerals?
Minerals are help with your body's balance of stuff. Minerals, vitamins help I guess vitamin C helps with colds, prevents colds and stuff like that.
Okay. But they have magnesium and stuff in there too. So they have minerals in there too. I don't know what the difference is. I don't know. So obviously, I'm not a health person.
It's probably more based.
Okay. So what do you want to achieve, or what do you want to do? You want to just get this thing up and running? You want to get it off the ground?
Ground.
Well, the way that I think you always have to do is, If you have manufacturing figured out, if you've got the blend figured out, how about distribution, or have you looked at investors? Have you looked at license this? Maybe what about maybe a licensing deal with like a big dog like Pepsi or Coca-Cola? They own like Nestea or whatever, don't they? Or some of the other
I think
organic.
So, Pepsi or Coca-Cola.
Have you ever thought about pitching to those guys? Or do you want to do this all by yourself?
I think because let's do it all by ourselves.
Because that's a lot. That's expensive. The problem is how do you build the infrastructure for something like that? Where do you get the infrastructure? When I say infrastructure, like supplies, factory, distribution, production, where do you even go? Do you have anything like that in place?
We don't have anything.
You just have the idea.
The idea.
Right. And you're young. I still think 30 is super young.
I mean, a couple of like TED Talks, like how companies started, like 5-Hour Energy, Honesty, I think it is.
Yeah, Honesty. That's the first thing that came to mind was Honesty. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they went around like different like not manufacturers, but like brewery companies.
Yes.
And they found a struggling one, and then they went with that person to help brew their tea, and they found like I guess like super good deal. And
right.
They started brewing it, and then they pitched it to like the CEO of Whole Foods. And after that, like he was like friends with the CEO, so they basically just gave him like 100,000 to produce like their first order.
Of course,
and that's how they started.
I mean, that's how you can start. That's an amazing. I mean, if you can, because to me, there's two ways of going about it. That you do it the hard way, which is do everything yourself, which is awesome and noble, or you license out the idea to already one of the big dogs, and it has to make real sense to them to invest in you and to buy the licensing. Those are two ways of going about it. Now, after you figure that out, it's all about getting attention. And I say this all the time. I think with something like this, you've got to have a presence online, and you've got to, I think, work with Instagram influencers, work with YouTube influencers. Like, I think influencers are a way to go because, I mean, obviously you want to do paid traffic and you want to create your own content. I mean, you and your friends are young and you're good looking dudes. You could probably create your own content, but then you got to leverage people's audiences. And I think that if somebody who's a lifestyle influencer on Instagram, or somebody who's a health fitness influencer who actually like has this next to his, doing his biceps, that's going to be worth more than any like Facebook ad or Instagram ad or paid traffic. Does that make sense? Yeah. So, I mean, like this is startup. This is pre-startup practically, right? You got to get on the phone. You got to like hustle. You got to put in the legwork. You got to go talk to the manufacturing plants. You got to go talk to the different people. You got to make DM after DM after DM to all these influencers and just be like, this is what we got. Show them these cool photos. We would love it if you would tell us what it would take for us to work with you. And, we feel like we believe in this. We're young. We're hungry. We're a startup. We have so much passion. We know this works. And why this, by the way? Like, why minerals and tea or what have you? What made you? Here's the thing that I said in my last video, which was, what's your story? What's the reason you're doing this? What's your intention?
For you gotta like a healthy individual.
Yeah.
Like everything out there has like added color, which is not necessarily good for people to consume because it has been like linked to Alzheimer's, which is a horrible thing for people.
Yeah, of course.
And other companies maybe have a similar idea, but they add a ton of sugar, which takes away from the tea flavor. And there's nothing really that is healthy. And also, like,
I was going to say, yeah. What's your story behind this? Because that's cool. So you're a health guy. Like, why not like something else besides what made you want to do tea and minerals? You like tea? Are you a fan of tea?
Yeah,
you have tea in your family or something?
No, I just like tea. Sometimes I do fasting, like intermittent fasting.
I was going to ask you about that. Does that work? Intermittent fasting?
That does work.
It does?
Yes.
Really? We don't need food all the time.
One meal a day is good enough. Yeah.
Wow. But plenty of like what? Water or something?
Plenty of water. Like you want to hydrate. Like coffee without milk or additives or sugar won't break a fast. And same with like tea, just cold brewed or hot brewed tea without any like same thing additives.
Wow.
Milk. And it'll actually keep you going, keep you alert. There's already like a ton of information on it. There's even like a TED Talk about it, and it's like proven to work. Like it's done on like rats, and they're quicker to think. They're quicker to find
without so much food in their body all the time.
They're wanting to find the food because they're hungry, right? So they're more focused on the end goal. So, like right now, I haven't ate anything since this morning, like, since I woke up.
Well, what did you eat?
Just all I had was coffee.
Oh, so you haven't even had, that's considered food? Coffee is considered like eating?
Once you add a substance like milk or like sugar, it becomes
a food.
Breaking the fast, yeah.
Wow. So are you going to eat it all today?
Oh, I will, yeah. Because actually I work at Del Taco. I'm a manager.
Are you kidding me?
I get free food. Yeah.
You're a manager at Del Taco?
Yeah.
But that's not good for you, is it? Or it's not that bad for you?
Some of that food is actually made fresh. So it's like raw chicken. We just cook it.
Yeah.
Rice is already pre-cooked, but then we like warm it up.
Oh, that's really cool.
Fresh ingredients like tomatoes.
Which Del Taco do you manage?
It's a
Barranca?
El Toro.
Oh, El Toro.
El Toro Rockfield, that new one.
I want to come over. I'm going to come over there.
Okay.
I'm going to get some tacos from my man. All right, so
yeah, it's like we haven't found anything on the market that's actually beneficial.
Yeah.
Like added color is also like has been proven to be cancerous, like, even by those Coke companies that make Coca-Cola or Pepsi that's cancerous. That caramel color. So
yeah, of course.
This is actually like a natural from the tea leaves.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the logo. I love the look. I love the idea, and I love the different flavors too. Is it 3 flavors?
So we're gonna come out with hopefully multiple. So we're gonna have like a first one's gonna be like sweetened, unsweetened, because we know people like tend to go with sweeter products. So the unsweetened will be more geared towards like the people working out.
Nice.
Sugar would be more for people drinking.
This is beautiful. I mean, I love it. Like I would say even before you have manufacturing and infrastructure settled, get on Instagram, like get on Facebook, have a Facebook business page, get on all these places and start building an audience, start creating content around fitness, around the story of this and why you believe in this. And by the time that you actually do get it up and running, you already have an audience that you can sell to. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then I really think endorsements are going to be huge for like these kind of products. Mm-hmm. That's why I feel like getting in with somebody who has already a built-in audience is just unbelievable power. I mean, imagine if somebody who has 2.3 million followers, who's like a fitness sort of guru, if that guy says like, man, I really dig this drink, and now it's going to cost money. Those guys charge, but like, think of how much there's a reason why they get like $2,000 a post is because the company makes 5 times that. So if I give you $2,000 to drink my drink in front of your audience, I expect to make $10,000, right? So wow, like that's really the key, but I mean, you can start now. You don't really have a product yet.
Yeah, we don't have a manufactured like company to make it.
But you don't have like a tangible.
We can produce it ourselves.
You can produce it yourself.
Yeah.
How?
We got all the ingredients. We can.
Right, but do you have like the labeling and the glass and the
labeling? Yeah.
Like, do you have all that?
The plastic model we have.
Yeah. Is it plastic or glass?
Plastic because
it's cheaper.
And also you can't bring glass into gyms, so that prevents.
Oh, you can't bring glass. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You can't bring glass into the gyms.
Well,
that's strange.
Like most all gyms say you can't bring any glass.
I didn't know that. That's really interesting.
Also, like yeah.
I mean, I think it's a great idea. I do think that I don't know if I buy that there's not a lot of competition for this, but I think that you're young and fresh, and it sounds like you really believe in it, and you're not just somebody who's there to make money. You're actually here. I mean, obviously you want to make money, but you're actually here because you care about fitness and you care about helping people. I can tell that you're genuine about that. And that's why I think you're going to do well in any endeavor. Like, it doesn't matter if it's tea. It doesn't matter if it's, it doesn't matter if there's sneakers or if it doesn't matter if there's socks. If you believe in it and if you show people that energy and it manifests, unbelievable things happen. When I get on the phone with a prospective client, I could be selling, manure. I'm serious. I could be literally selling manure, but they sense my energy and they sense how much I'm into it. And they're like, dude, I'm in. I don't even know what the hell you're selling, but I'm in, because it's not manufactured. It's not artificial, because I believe in it. It's my thing. It's real. And when it's your thing, you'll believe in it. When it's your thing, you always believe in it more. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I just think that's awesome.
And also, like, tea has been proven to boost like your life.
All the like free radicals, what are they called? Not radicals. What's that name? There was a name for it. It gets rid of. You don't know what I'm talking about? Radicals, or what the hell it's called?
Free radicals.
You know what I'm not free radicals. Anyway, it's called something. I don't know, but yeah, I think you did a good job with the branding of it. Now it's just about getting it out there. And do you have a website yet?
It's called T+M.
.com or something?
Yeah.
Or what? Okay, so you have the .com. Okay, does it look nice? Like, can I Google it?
I just think we just registered the name. There's nothing.
Oh, you just bought the domain?
Yeah, the domain.
Okay, so you got to get that thing cooking. Because if you start getting on Instagram, which you can actually sell on Instagram now, you get attention back to your website. You got to have a website.
Would you happen to know any like food scientists?
Food scientists are really important. Not off the top of my head, but I can look into it. I'm sure I've got some LinkedIn connections I can help you. Okay. And I'll take a look at that. Okay. I absolutely would love to help you with this.
Because like
I might even invest in it maybe. If it's,
Because I know like Tea Hava, they just make brewed tea, and we found out that in a plastic bottle they claim it's like 8 months shelf life. In a glass they claim it's 1 year shelf life. So we want to confirm like adding the minerals would make it the same, like shelf stable.
Right.
Longevity
is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's why I say anytime you deal with people ingesting stuff and then claiming health benefits, get the science and get the legalities and get the FDA. You need all the approval, right, to even sell it. How are you going to go about doing that? Because you can't sell food products in the United States without the FDA approval, can you?
Yeah. Really looked into it.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, so even before. I mean, honestly, even before. I think we need to have another session. Okay. So even before you talk about attention, the idea is cool because I know you believe in it, and I actually would probably drink this because I love tea, and Lord knows I need minerals. But like before you even do, you got to get the legality stuff, the compliance stuff. You got to get what does it take for us to be able to sell a food product, which it is a food product, to the masses without getting in trouble, because that's huge. Because you could go through all this trouble and then find out, oh yeah, you need a tea permit, a specific tea permit, or you're not FDA approved, or anytime you claim health benefits, you have to have a seal of approval from the health association. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know about that. But get all that stuff flattened out first before you even think about marketing this, because you might be wasting your time.
Yeah,
I remember even Mark Cuban saying this, with a product that somebody came to him for an investment, and he even said the same thing. He said, like, if you're going to claim this, if you're going to claim that it does that, and you don't have any scientific data to back it up, you're just basing it on fooling people, right?
Oh, yeah,
and I know you're not. I know you're not, but I'm just saying, like, it can be construed that way. So make sure that you do all the red tape, basically all the fine print stuff, get all the bureaucratic stuff settled, and then come talk to me and I'll help you get attention and brand it.
Okay.
That's first off.
Okay.
You've got to get the legality stuff figured out. Okay. But I mean, besides that, I love the idea. I think it's a really cool idea, and I think
we want to do it ourselves.
If it's young, if it's young and it's you and it's fresh, I always believe in young people, and I love young startups. You just have to put in the work. That's it. And it's going to take a lot of work. But by the time 5-6 years rolls around, hallelujah, right? You get, well, not only that, but you could do two things. I mean, you could build this thing to where Pepsi wants to buy it, or Whole Foods wants to buy it, or somebody wants to buy it. Here's a $4 billion check. We'll buy you out and just give us the company, and boom, that's it. Or you can keep the company and.
But they're also like, if we do keep the company, there's also like those deals that those big ones make, like with other grocery stores or whatever, or even like restaurants. Like, if you have our product, we'll give you a bigger discount or whatever. So that's why they don't carry like Pepsi and Coke. So it's kind of like, how do you prevent that from happening? Like, I know they like entice them with like the offers.
Yes.
So starting small, how do you prevent like from them like kind of like containing you.
Well,
pushing you out, or coming up with their own idea, and then kind of like.
That's all the stuff you have to research, like patent, utility, trademark, all that stuff. You got to get that stuff because you don't want anybody to steal your property, your intellectual property, or your trademark property, or your idea, because it's not a physical, tangible thing yet. Once it gets to that state, I mean, that's what I'm saying. If you really want to take this seriously, which I can tell you do, and I think it's going to be awesome, it sucks, but you got to get all the legal stuff figured out. You might even need to go see a patent attorney or something like that. And they usually offer like a free consultation, like a 30-minute. Just be, what do we need to do? We don't know. And just research on Google. I mean, you can find a lot of this shit out on Google. It's amazing what you can find out if you just search for it. Just be like, how do I make sure that my product is, approved, or make sure that my product, I don't have any illegal troubles with selling something. I'm sure a million things will come up.
And then with like marketing it in the.
I wouldn't, but honestly, I wouldn't even think about marketing yet. Okay. I'm serious. I would literally just, because you get excited about marketing, you start dangling that carrot in front of you, and you're going to be like focused on that. First things first is get the compliance and legalities and get the paperwork done, and then when you are secure that, okay, this is our deal, nobody can take this, we're not doing anything wrong, we can't get sued, which is huge. A lot of companies go under because they don't do the legwork first and they get sued. That's bad, but then all that hard work is for naught. So I wouldn't even, I've got a perfect marketing plan for you. I've got a perfect idea of what you need to do to get out there. And I've already given you a little bit with Instagram influencers, but dude, you got to get the other stuff settled away first. It's like the stuff that nobody talks about, the boring, the unexciting, the unsexy stuff is the most important stuff. It's always the most important stuff. The sexy stuff, the launch party, the marketing, campaign, the, shooting the commercial, shooting the video, that's sexy. But the stuff that's not sexy is actually more important than that. So you got to get that stuff figured out. And then I'll help you with everything else.
Because one thing we're pitching is like a bottle, like creating our own bottle rather than using like a generic bottle. I came up with the idea of like a hexagonal bottle. I know there's companies I think there's like 1 or 2 companies that came up with like a hexagonal bottle. But like from a marketing standpoint, would you use an ordinary one, or would you make a product that's?
Well, I mean, it's not about A or B. It's about being unique and standing out. Mm-hmm. So I don't know anything about hexagon bottles or regular bottles. All I know is that if you're going to create something and you think about the customer first, you think about the user experience first, that trumps everything to me. So in other words, if I make a hexagon bottle, is that going to make the customer feel better about drinking it? Or is it just about being fancy, right?
Stick out.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine to stick out, but if the product's good enough, I don't know if, I'm not sure if a hexagon bottle, like for me, it's about always creating an atmosphere for the customer user experience that is just beautifully fluid. Sometimes the term is called frictionless. A beautiful, fluid, seamless experience. When I consult for e-commerce stores, and they have all this shit on their website, and there's like they have 14 pop-ups, and before you even check out, there's another pop-up, and then an email subscription. Like your bounce rate's going to be 99%. Like make it easy for them. This is it. This is the product. Click the button. People, I mean, I hate to
click like Amazon.
Oh yeah, I hate to say it, but people don't want to go. They need it to be so easy that literally a newborn could just be like and just buy it with their tongue. You have to literally think about it that way. It has to be so easy because there's so much competition, and everybody's doing it the other way around. Everybody's doing it to where they're like, we are the best, when they should be saying, this is what we're going to do for you, not we're the best. Don't describe what you do. Describe how you solve their problem. It's a mindset shift. It's literally just a little tweak of your cerebellum. That's it. Just a little tweak. Don't think about you. Don't ever think about you. Think about how it's going to serve them. And you will dominate.